We all know those famous words, right? We hold these truths to be self-evident. They're the opening lines to America's birth certificate, the Declaration of Independence. But have you ever stopped to wonder what actually happened to that original piece of parchment after the Founding Fathers signed it? Because let me tell you, this sacred document, the very heart of the nation, went on a long, strange, and mostly silent journey. Our story begins in the hot summer of 1776, inside the bustling halls of Independence Hall in Philadelphia. The ink was still fresh, the signatures barely dry. For a fleeting moment, it was displayed for all to see, a bold symbol of rebellion and a promise of a new future. But the American Revolution wasn't a clean, simple affair. It was dangerous. Armies were on the move, cities were under threat, and suddenly, the new nation's most important document had to vanish in order to survive. Imagine this. The Declaration was carefully rolled up, tucked away in saddlebags, and carted off in wagons. It was hidden behind false walls, in private homes, and even bundled up in simple linen bags. This wasn't a stately procession. This was a desperate race to keep an idea alive. From Philadelphia, it was rushed to Baltimore as the British advanced. It traveled through Trenton, Lancaster, and York, Pennsylvania, which briefly served as the nation's capital. The Declaration moved more than most of the men who had risked their lives to sign it. Decades later, during the War of 1812, the danger returned. The British were marching on Washington, D.C., with the intent to burn it to the ground. As chaos erupted, a quick-thinking clerk named Stephen Pleasanton grabbed the precious document, along with the Constitution and other vital records. He stuffed them all into coarse linen sacks, loaded them onto a cart, and escaped just hours before the British set fire to the Capitol. He took it across the Potomac River to an unused grist mill in Virginia for safekeeping. Think about that for a second. The soul of America, bouncing along in a dusty bag on a bumpy road, fleeing in the dead of night. As the years turned into decades, the Declaration began to show its age. The iron gall ink started to fade, and the parchment, once crisp, turned yellow and brittle. Constant exposure to light and air, not to mention all that rolling and unrolling, took a heavy toll. Yet, even as the physical document weakened, the power of its words only grew stronger. They echoed through the decades, inspiring movements for abolition, women's suffrage, and civil rights. Finally, after more than a century and a half of traveling, hiding, and being displayed in less than ideal conditions, the Declaration of Independence found its permanent home. In 1952, it was placed in a custom-built, helium-filled case made of bulletproof glass and transferred with full military honors to the National Archives in Washington, D.C. There, it rests today, protected under soft, filtered light, safe from the elements that once threatened to destroy it. If you ever get the chance to visit the National Archives and see it in person, you'll notice something striking. The document is dim. The signatures are faint, some barely legible. It looks fragile, a whisper from a distant past, but it's there. It's still alive, and it serves as a powerful reminder that the Declaration is unjust a historical artifact or a piece of paper. It's a living heartbeat, a constant whisper across time that tells us freedom is fragile, but it endures. So the next time you hear those famous words, remember the incredible journey of the document itself. A story that began in a crowded room, had to hide in the shadows to survive a war, and now stands proudly, if faintly, for the entire world to see, a testament to the resilience of an idea. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this piece of history, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories you might not have heard. See you next time.